When you know the strategies and how to make her feel like she's in charge, but still not make it happen where she's actually in charge, then you end up winning, because it's just like you basically did the whole test and you get 2 answers from it. If she's worth it, or is she gonna just be another person and you gotta walk away. You're saving yourself from heartaches, the headaches, the heartbreaks, all these things you're gonna save yourself from. And especially because I said do this in the beginning of letting her be in charge, you're gonna save yourself time. Most importantly, time. What is up, my BBossBaddies and my badman fellas? It is your girl Bosana, and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about I just did a video, so I was about to say the name because I almost forgot what I was just doing right now. But today we're talking about let her think she's in charge. So this is going to be a great topic to talk about, because honestly, to let her think she's in charge, you're going to be so blown away with how much this is going to help. And then you're going to be shocked, well, maybe you guys already know, but how much women already think that they are in charge and that they're winning. So I have some points written down for you guys. And last thing I'll say is that not doing these things but making her think this way. Focus on the whole idea of you making her think that way. It's not about doing things. For all the guys, all the simps that are watching my videos that are trying to be like, okay, I gotta go give her this, oh, I gotta fulfill her needs and wants, like do this, do that, all this stuff that you're probably already doing that you shouldn't be doing. That is not what we're talking about. And if you are doing it, cut that shit out. Period. But I'm really telling you guys straight up, like, this is about thinking. This is about making her feel this way. Okay, so make sure you check out my other social media. Make sure you check out my other 2 YouTube channels. And please make sure you check out my Patreon. I have a video going up out there today, and it's only gonna be on Patreon. It's actually 5 facts about me, and I have other videos that are only gonna be on Patreon, so go ahead, check that out. And so let's go ahead and get started. So you guys, the first thing that I have written down, and I have 3 points, maybe this will make you guys feel more satisfied, I don't know, but I have 3 points. So first things first is it's mind games, okay? This is all about mind games. This is what I was gonna say earlier, but I didn't want to give out everything out in the intro, right? Mind games is one of the best strategies that men can do out here to really make a woman act a certain way. I can almost say by nature, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't know for a fact. But women with their ego gets the best of them. And I know just naturally, like, we all have egos, whether you believe it or not, we all have egos. But because women get validation, because women, the way they are gonna get brought up or been brought up is like in a sense of it's gonna stimulate their mind to believe things, and it's gonna build their mind to feel ways and feel more valuable in sometimes, most times, the wrong way. So because of that right there, mind games is one of the best strategies that you can do. And I know there's so many guys out here, so many people already seen it. Like, if you have to do all this, it's not worth doing. And I don't say this in my videos because I expect you guys to know this, but if you do have to do all this, it's not worth doing. But I can tell you this, sometimes you do have to do things where it's going to be like a test, trying to figure things out, and you have to figure it out. Like, you can't just think that anytime you're dealing with somebody, they're going to have it all put together. Yes, they could have a lot more put together and have more self-love than the last girl that you dealt with, but there's still going to be things that we all have to work on. So it's just like, sometimes don't feel like, okay, this is not going to be worth it at all if somebody hasn't given you the complete sign, right? Get what I'm saying? It's like, yes, you'll see red signs and red flags and you're constantly seeing it, then walk away. But when you've seen it one time and you're so confused, then you go ahead and try to figure it out when you feel like it could be worth it, right? Just naturally, that happens, and it should still happen that way. Yes, you can definitely save time if it's not happening that way, but I'm just saying, you know, we're all human. We do want to be loved. We do want to love somebody. So sometimes you have to do the extra things that you may not want to do, because it's not always going to be easy to find somebody or, you know, be waiting for somebody. You get what I'm saying? So when I say mind games, and I kind of already said it, but it being a test. What happens with mind games is making a woman feel like she has the upper hand. When you let a woman feel like she's in charge, and you guys, there's so many women already that have it set in their mind that they're in charge. And this is very important. I want to say it now in case I forget, but all the women that you see on social media, all the girls that are having sugar daddies, all these girls, they feel like they're in charge, and honestly, they are in charge. But some of these women out here, they'll meet a man, and it's going to be those alpha males that don't take shit. They don't play those games, right? So when they go into that, when you know the strategies and how to make her feel like she's in charge, but still not make it happen where she's actually in charge, then you end up winning, because it's just like you basically did the whole test and you get two answers from it. If she's worth it, or is she going to just be another person and you got to walk away. So with this whole test, when you let a woman feel like she's in charge, what you're really supposed to do is let her do whatever she wants. All these guys, and this is, you guys might be in this situation, for the alpha males that are overly protective, overly aggressive, overly possessive, those things, it's not going to work too much with a lot of females. Maybe if you have a female that's really not all there, or maybe a female that doesn't have it put together or has a lot of working to do, it'll work. But girls that you're trying to find nowadays, and it has to be the high value woman, or, you know, the girls that are alpha as well, because you're not going to find it with these qualities that other girls out here mostly have, right? So these types of girls right there, if you're going to be doing mind games, you can't be trying to come in here and control everything. You can't try to make, and like I said since time, you can't try to make a hoe a wife. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. If she's naturally a hoe, she's going to stay naturally a hoe, because it's naturally in her, right? And this is fast, because there's girls out here that might have done some hoe stuff, but they can potentially be saved. That's the word I'm looking for. When you make her feel like she has the upper hand, what she's gonna think is like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and this man's just gonna be around. But realistically, you're still gonna keep elevating. You're still gonna be on your purpose, and you're still gonna be doing your thing. And that's what I want you guys to focus on as well, is that part of this whole let her feel in charge is you're still growing, you're elevating, and that if you make her go through this test and she fails it, guess what? She still gets, and I know some people are gonna be like, that's harsh to say, but she still gets shitted on, because you still are elevated, you're still at a better place. But because she couldn't get it right when you gave her the chance, when you gave her the test of, oh, let her be in charge, then you had to leave her to the side. And now she's going to be even feeling more waste, because you were doing well this whole time, and now you're doing even better because you left her. Back to what I was saying with this whole test that's going on. Women out here are going to get into this, and the same way, like I just said, all these girls out here that have different incomes from different men, get different validation from different men, they want to still do that. If they want to, they will continue to do it. If they still want to be dealing with these type of men, they will. But when you're going through the test of testing them, this is when they have to realize, and this is where they have to figure it out. And this is where the mind games actually play. So she's over here battling the whole feelings of, okay, you're doing your own thing. You're not even concerned. You're not even paying attention to what she's doing. Well, now for this woman, do I keep doing what I was doing this whole time, or do I take this man serious and I actually act right? What do I decide? And that's where she has to make the decision. And you right there, you didn't have to go force nothing. You didn't have to be overly aggressive. You didn't have to make, commanding decisions and tell her, you need to submit to me. You have to submit to me. You didn't have to do that, because naturally a woman that wants to submit to a man will submit to a man. But if you are not the man for her, she's not going to submit to you. So now when you're dealing with this woman and she's over here trying to figure out what she wants to do, it's going to be a hard decision for her, especially if it's something she's been doing her whole life, getting this from men and getting validations and all that. It's going to be hard. But because you go ahead to show how much you don't care, how much you're going to let her play the role and do whatever she feels like, oh, I have the upper hand, oh, I'm the leader, I'm the one that's guiding, those type of things that make her to be too alpha for an alpha female, then she's going to go ahead and do it. And that's part of letting a woman explore who she really is. There's obviously so many things I keep saying focus on, but a woman has to explore out here. When you guys are over here trying to trap a woman and put a freaking, leash on her, it's not fun, for one, because it's just like dealing with a child, right? It's just like not even worth it. It's like forcing it, right? So when you let a woman go explore, it's almost like a bird leaving a nest, a mother leaving the nest, going to find food and then coming back to her babies. She's always going to come back, right? But not every woman is going to be like a bird, a loyal bird to her kids. They're supposed to come back to something that's good to them, something that they love, something that they care for, right? And that's the thing. If a woman does not see value in you, back to her not submitting, but of course she's not going to come back to you, right? So when she goes and explores, like these birds, whatever, she's going to go and explore. If she goes to find, another bird with another family and there's bare food around, she might just stick with those birds, right? And that's you not being loyal to your birds, right? Get what I'm saying? So it's just like the whole concept of that, to try to make you understand that a woman has to go explore. She's gonna go and try things. This is why they will go and be a hoe. This is why they'll deal with different men. This is exactly why. And so because they're doing all this, if you're gonna force it, then it's not gonna work. And if you do nothing, then you'll get answers, but it might not be answers that you want. But either way, when you let a woman be in charge, at the end of the day, you will get the answers. And even though you played some games right there, the mind games thing, it doesn't matter. It's better for you not to go and deal with this woman and not know what's going to happen and then get played and then not understand what's going on. And now you're going through your feelings. Now you're not understanding nothing. It's better for you not to do that. So letting her be in charge is something you should do from the jump, so you can get the answer of, okay, what do I do with this type of woman? Does she want to go out here and be a hoe? Okay, if that's what she's doing, because I gave her that chance, I gave her that opportunity by letting her be in charge of her own decisions, her own life, her own moves, and she decided to do that, then go ahead, let her be free. You guys are not supposed to be holding them hostage or anything like that. You're not supposed to force a woman at all, and it won't work. If she ever does something because it's by force, eventually things are gonna fall apart. Eventually she's gonna get back to her senses of, this is not what I want. But if she ends up getting to a place of deciding, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be out here dealing with different men, I want to be loyal to you, I want to submit to you, then it will happen. And it will happen naturally, and it will happen because she wants to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next point that I have. And this is saving yourself. Okay, this is just so simple, but it's just so great. You see how I told you this whole time with the process of you letting her be in charge? She's doing all the work. She's doing the figuring out. She's trying to realize what she should do next. She's trying to figure out everything for herself. You get what I'm saying? You're not over here trying to tell her, oh, do this. You're not trying to get anything out of her. And that's what you guys are really slacking with, like trying to not care about that woman. You guys are trying to literally get answers, force answers, and force things on her. This is why women will do whatever they want, because you guys are trying so hard to make her love you or want you. And she knows how much you want that. And she's still going to do what she wants, because at the end of the day, you still want her. So with this process of saving yourself, you're saving yourself from the heartaches, the headaches, the heartbreaks, all these things you're going to save yourself from. And especially because I said do this in the beginning of letting her be in charge, you're going to save yourself time. Most importantly, time. You're not going to have to deal with her and get answers and try to see if she's cheating. You're not going to have to go through her phone. You don't have to do none of that. So I want to keep that one simple because I don't want this video to be too long. And I have another point, my last point. But yeah, like just to wrap that up, put yourself first before you're trying to put that woman first. And you're putting yourself first in the easiest way. You don't have to do the most to get answers from women. You don't have to do the most to get a woman to submit to you. This is why alphas nowadays, they don't do shit. They don't need to do anything but work on themselves. Everything that they're doing for themselves, listen, and like take this one. This is the last thing I'll say with this point. All these alphas out here, all that energy that they put towards themselves is the reason why they will still get women. But the simps out here that put all that energy out and try to get this relationship or try to get this result, they don't get it. They don't get nothing in return. They don't get what they want in return. And it's just like, stop trying to force it on women. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the last thing on my list, and this is women believe in equality. So you guys may know this, especially for the feminists out here. There's so many feminists out here that are literally like against men. All men are the same, all men are this, I don't need a man, all that stuff. Like, you guys probably heard it, you probably seen it, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Absolutely not. So with the whole equality thing, you letting a woman feel like she's in charge, there is types of women out here that are actually lost in the whole idea of what they should be doing, how they should act as a female, how they should be a feminine female instead of a feminist female. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, you have to know that already girls have a mindset of wanting the same rights that men have. It makes sense. Nowadays, things have changed. Women are able to do things that they wouldn't have been able to do years ago. You know, they're able to do the exact same things as men. Of course, a woman is a woman still and a man is a man, but because they believe in equality, naturally when you're going into this, whether she's a good girl or a bad girl or will be the girl for you or not, you still have to keep in mind that she still feels like things should be done 50-50. And that can even just mean back to relating to the old days where she still wants to be cleaning the house. She still wants to be taking care of something and bringing something to the table. And you guys, if you're dealing with somebody that's not bringing something to the table, cut that all out. There's no time for that. But she's gonna actually bring something to the table, and then you're gonna actually take care of the household, being the provider. You're gonna go to work, bring money in, take care of the bills, put food on the table. You see what I'm saying? And it's 50-50 for certain people. Some people don't feel like it will be, but that's just how some things will work. And that's how you have to take it. Regardless of the woman that you're dealing with, they're still going to feel like equality is important. Some women will submit to you in a different way and will do things that back in the day women will do. But at the end of the day, it's still equality in their eyes. Okay, so I really hope this video helped you guys out. And if it did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on my social media. Make sure you check out my Patreon and my other YouTube channels. And you guys will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.